One. Oh, here we are, just in time for a nice cough. Hello, hello. Our theme song is ended, and here we are. Church chat again. I gotta...
That's not our theme song. That's our pre-music. This is our theme song.
Okay, yes, that's right. Our pre-music is over. Where is my...
The prelude.
Prelude music. Hold on.
James, what are you doing?
There's too many buttons. There's too many buttons.
What are you even doing?
I actually had it set up properly. So here we go with our theme song. 1, 2, 3. It's Church Chat with Pastors Dan and Dave.
James.
Come hang out with us on our stream. It's Church Chat Wednesday. Now. There we are.
Is Church Chat Wednesday. I'm Pastor Dan.
And I'm Pastor Dave.
And James Adkins over there trying to figure out which buttons to push.
So many.
And we have another person here who is helping us out with everything we're doing today. And that would be the newest member of our crew, Tucker. Tucker, who is at the moment tuckered out. There's Tucker.
Look this
Hi,
way.
Tucker. Look at the camera.
He's sleepy.
Tucker's tuckered out.
Hey.
The best Tucker is a sleepy Tucker, so.
So a new puppy for you.
Oh yeah. Now we all have new puppies.
Now we all have new puppies. The peer pressure in this group is real.
Silence my phone.
What are you doing?
Now leave it on.
Silencing my phone.
That is so amateur.
Hey, here's the thing. It's telling me that Claire Osborne from The Loft is going to be on Church Chat.
She is going to be on Church Chat
says
in
so
just
right
a
on
little
my
bit.
phone.
Yeah, so Claire Osborne will
Got a
be joining us,
notification.
the program manager of The Loft and Focus.
Yes.
And so we will be talking with her in just a little bit. I haven't mentioned this to you yet. I don't know if you guys get the paper, look at the paper, or anything like that.
Nope.
But did you know Church Chat got a shout out in the Findlay Courier on Saturday?
No way. How so?
It's through me. But Sarah Arthurs, who's one of the reporters for the Courier, used to be my neighbor, found out I'm a pastor through being my neighbor. And so whenever there's like something churchy going on, like Easter or Christmas or whatever, she's usually pretty good about just, hey, Dan, can I talk to you about whatever's going on? And so she was asking not just about Easter, but there was a second article that was about how pastors, how have you dealt with this past year? Like, what's this been like for you? How are you dealing with things? And so I was telling her about how one of the things that we've tried to do is find ways to stay in touch with our congregation. And one of those ways is our Wednesday church chat.
Voila.
Noon on Friday. So if you're here from the Courier article, welcome. I mean, I'm sure
We do have 5 people
the
watching.
reach is broad.
That's probably doubled.
It's probably doubled. The reach is broad. So
Because it's usually Kelly Bibler and
well, listen,
Ollie.
if we double every week, though, I mean, pretty soon we'll be in the billions.
That's
I
right.
mean, mathematically speaking.
We literally just went down to 1.
Oof.
Easy, you guys.
Oof.
Came on too strong. Shouldn't have done it. Need to back throttle it down. Sorry.
So, but yeah, that was cool. And I was thankful to her for reaching out. Something, you know, we've all been affected by the coronavirus, obviously, over the last year. Probably the most impactful thing, though, that's looming on the horizon that's a result of all of this, at least for our family, I read about or heard about on the news this morning, there is a looming shortage of ketchup.
You know, it's weird the way that these things are like suddenly coming to the surface now. You know what I mean? Like I have friends that got laid off because they're short on this kind of part that they need to make brakes. And
Right.
I, as a potter, put in an order for clay 2 months ago.
Can't get clay. Coronavirus killed the clay industry.
Killed the clay industry.
Well, dude, for restaurants, plastic gloves.
Yeah,
Like
gone.
the price of plastic gloves went from like, what, $3-4 a box to $20 a box?
Yeah, and apparently the ketchup shortage is because everybody's getting takeout going through drive-thrus, and they would always just throw the ketchup packets in. And now, no mas ketchup.
Well, and to be fair, I always say, like, if I'm at Taco Bell, I say, can I have a couple? I always say a couple packets of sauce, and they just grab me a giant
So
grain handful and throw it in the bag.
my kids like ketchup so much. I can't describe. And actually, just the older two. Amelia doesn't like ketchup. Adel and Renee like ketchup so much that when I go somewhere and they ask, "Do you want any ketchup or anything?" I say, "Can you give me as much ketchup as you are allowed to give me without getting in trouble?"
Nice.
And they usually do. They just like, "Here you go."
Didn't
So
know
we're the problem.
one of the administration's ketchup was labeled as a vegetable.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it might have been George Bush Sr.
Labeled as a vegetable?
Yeah, they counted it as a vegetable. So there you go. Your kids are getting plenty of vegetables.
Okay.
Tomatoes.
Well, hey, whatever.
That's right.
We'll call it.
I'll take ketchup over broccoli
They
any day.
use ketchup so much. They would dip their green beans in ketchup. They dip everything in ketchup. It's crazy. Well, it hurts my soul when I like smoke a really good brisket or something, and they're like, "Can I have the ketchup?" And I'm like, "No, leave.
Out.
Get out. Get out of my house."
Do you remember there was a movie? I think it was called Waiting. I don't remember which one it was, but this guy comes in and he's ordering a steak and he's like, "Oh yeah, I want that steak well done." And he's like, "Oh, and bring me a bunch of ketchup. Nothing sets off the flavor of a nice well done steak like some ketchup."
Is it King of the Hill where the one boy says, "Dad, what do we do if somebody wants their steak well done?" And he says, "We ask them politely but firmly to leave."
Yes, absolutely. Hank Hill is a wonderful.
That's a great quote.
Okay, so I have a great alternative
Okay.
for your daughters. There's
Okay.
this Japanese barbecue sauce that I've been using.
You've been talking about this a lot. Tell me more.
It's Bachans. It's Bachans.
Your Japanese is flawless.
And it is. You would just put it on everything. Eggs.
Yeah?
That barbecue sauce. Right off those whatever you're smoking, right on there.
What's that motion right there?
That's my little squirt. That's an artisan squirt. Because I'm not just gonna.
It really is astounding that there aren't thousands of viewers of this.
I know,
But
like we've digressed so bad, and they're like, "I'm bored."
so other things that have happened. We had Easter a few days ago. It's great. Jesus is alive again. He is risen.
Indeed.
He is risen indeed.
he
Thank
did.
you.
Yeah.
And did you say indeed he is? Like that's the English version of, like, the British version of the saying, like, Christ is risen, he's risen indeed. Like, he is risen. Oh, indeed he is. Chip chip. Cheerio.
Or the Ned Flanders. Yes, indeedy doody.
Yes, indeedly do. But we had a great Easter Sunday. It was awesome to have so many people there, and then also have a bunch of people still online. And so, just kind of remembering back to a year before that when a lot of this stuff was starting up, and we were, out at Emory Adams Park, and so just wild where everything has come. I don't know if we could have imagined when we were out at Emory Adams what was still in front of us, but
You know what was neat, and realizing that we have every other pew roped off or whatever.
Sure.
But I would say that first service was at capacity. I mean,
we were at capacity for what we
was-
should be at capacity for.
I was
currently.
ushering people, and I was having trouble finding spots.
It was very cool. Yep, it was very cool. Had a great time. We had a Monday, Thursday service. Those are always just really special to me. Those kind of midweek services, and then the youth and you especially, Dave, did a phenomenal job with the Good Friday Journey to the Cross. It was a really cool experience getting to walk through that, and just when normally the way things go is you're sitting in a seat or a pew and just having somebody talk to you. When you experience the story in a different way and it becomes experiential and it's hands-on, I think you catch it in a different way.
I thought it was really neat the way that all those rooms were transformed into something else.
Yeah.
I think it's the low lighting helps a lot.
The low
with that.
lighting helps.
That was neat. And the kids absolutely crushed it.
Yep, they did an awesome job. It was really cool to see our youth just like kind of take it on. And for a lot of the youth, this is maybe one of their first Easters, and to help get to put together this Easter story. And I hope that they caught it at the same time. I hope that some of it started to sink in, that there's something tangible from all of that'll just stick in their mind in the years to come. Some of the things that I remember most from my youth group experiences are helping put together things like sunrise services or Good Friday services or whatever. Like those things stick with you, and so I hope that it sticks with them as well. But it was cool, and adults supported it really well. It was awesome. So it was a great Easter time.
It was.
It was a great Easter. I had a blast doing it. Easter's my favorite. I love doing Christmas.
I thought Christmas was your favorite.
Right now, Easter's my favorite.
Okay.
Christmas, I also love. People that say they don't like the holidays, like, I just don't get it. What do you not like? Is it the joy? Is it the laughter? What do you hate? I don't get it. Yeah, but
it's the happiness.
Yeah, is it the happiness? Is it the togetherness? What's your problem? But no, I loved it, and it was cool to have. It wasn't back to normal, whatever normal is, but it was. You could see it.
Yeah.
You could sense it. So that was a really cool thing.
So, Pastors Dan and Dave, are you guys ready for our guest?
We are ready.
See, this is how I bring it in.
That's how you bring it in.
Right in the middle of whatever you were saying. All right. Here we go. We have Claire here with us.
All right. Claire, this is Pastor Dan. I'm here with Pastor Dave. How are you today?
Hi, I'm good. How are you guys?
We are doing fantastic. Well, I guess I shouldn't speak for you. You're doing fantastic too, right?
Well, now that I feel peer pressured, yeah.
Yeah, great. Claire, thank you so much for joining us today. Tell us a little bit about the Loft and what it is that you all do.
Yeah, so I am Claire, and I am a program manager for Focus Recovery and Wellness Community, which is an adult center, helps adults with a history of substance use, mental health, or trauma, and we really offer them a place to just be. And so we also have a youth center as well, that while we're all trained in peers to be peers for people with substance use, mental health, and trauma experiences, the youth services is a little different, where it tends just to be every and any youth. We do talk about those issues and really provide a place for youth to just be. So we are open for youth 13 to 18 and Monday through Friday from 3 to 6. So we provide various activities for them to do. We might have crafts sometime, or maybe some life skills. We have a really cool program going on right now that the students from the OT department at the University of Findlay put together. We call it Level Up at the Loft, and it is geared towards leadership skills and things like that. So yeah, I think even though we do have activities, if a youth in the community isn't really ready to be participating fully, you can just go and hang out. There is no requirement to do or be, you just show up.
It's really amazing, because it was just a couple months ago, I feel like, when I first found out about the Loft, and we try to stay up on like what are the different programs and different opportunities, especially for youth or people who have very specific needs. And I confess that I sometimes miss things, but when I heard about what it is that you all do, and that you're right on Crawford Street, which is really, really close to us, like, that's just such a cool thing to me. How long has the Loft been around, and how is it that you get connected with youth that could use your services?
Yeah, so the Loft's been around for over a year. I believe it was 2019. However, we were out on Carlin Street.
Okay.
Bit of a ways. And then so we had the great opportunity a couple months ago to get into a new space, a downtown space. So we moved there in February. It feels like it's already been forever, but it's a really cool place. The youth don't have to be referred to our services in any way. And we also choose that age group because we want to be a peer-led organization. We want youth to have the say and have that autonomy to show up and be. So nobody has to tell them to come. They can just show up. They do sign a participation agreement, which says that they will be respectful and kind and follow rules in this space. But any youth in that age group can really just show up and be there.
Excellent. I know at one point you were asking for donations for different things. You were kind of just getting settled into your space. Are you still in need of things?
Yes. So one of the things we've discovered is that age group really enjoys snacks. So we are always in the need of various snack items. I know we have youth who really like chips, and we don't usually do a lot of soda, but the drink mixes for water, bottles of water are always helpful. We also do like peanut butter and jelly sandwich stuff. So more sustaining after school snacks are always helpful. And we do have, so if anything is cold, we have a fridge and a microwave. So if you have anything lying around that needs donated that's cold and you're worried that we won't be able to store it, we can. So those are really the most needed items.
So you said that, I mean, they can just kind of show up. So you focus especially on teens that are, maybe have had some sort of trouble in the past. Maybe there's been substance abuse, maybe some sort of trauma or something like that. But anybody can just show up. So, I mean, what do you see as kind of, without specifics, who are the kids who have been coming and using your services and hanging out at the loft?
So we do have quite a few youth who are in that lower age range who particularly do not do sports. Mm-hmm. So they don't have really anything else after school. Some of the schools have had to stop doing some of their academic-based program after school clubs and organizations. So they come here instead. We do have a couple older youth who have after-school jobs who'll stop in 1 or 2 days a week just to hang out and get acclimated. So really just the youth who are looking for that sense of belonging and that connectivity piece that they maybe don't get elsewhere. We would be a great place to come and see if it is something you can find where we're at.
And where exactly are you on Crawford Street?
So it is 129 East Crawford. We are in the 4th floor. So it's that building right across from, I think, Alexandria's, that's got the big black water fountain in front. So if you go in there and go back to the elevator, take it all the way up to the 4th floor, you will see a bunch of art on the walls. It says, "I am somebody," and then you'll know you're in the right place. And then our Facebook page is also up and available if parents are maybe concerned that their youth might not make it up there. Our loft lead, Tori, does a great job in communicating with parents that, yep, their kid made it up there, or I know the front door locks about 6 p.m. and that's also when we're closing. So I know that can cause a little bit of anxiety for parents, but we do answer our Facebook messages, and I believe Tori has a separate phone line up there. I do not have that information right now, but you guys can definitely message the Facebook page and I can make sure you.
Excellent.
Awesome.
What are your long range plans? Anything cooking, like maybe homework help or?
So right now our big program that we're starting is called Photo Voice. So we actually are going to be working with Jen Perez Savage, who is a art therapist out of New York who lives here now. And she's going to be working with youth to learn how to take pictures in a way that shares a message. And then we're actually going to be exhibiting their work. And the theme's going to be on youth mental health and maybe how youth are feeling in general. I'm really hoping to get service projects started for the youth. That way they can provide service to the community while also feeling a part of. I think that's one of the best ways to feel that sense of belonging and that sense of doing something greater than yourself for everybody at large, I think is one of our goals. We have some great partnerships out there with other organizations. So really just looking to grow that. And again, we're youth led. So if the youth come to me and they're like, hey, I really want to do this, I'm going to figure out how to get that for them, get that happening.
That's awesome. What made you so passionate about helping youth who just need a place to belong and being able to provide that for them?
So I am a person with lived experience. I have been 6 years in recovery myself, and I want to be what I needed when I was a youth. I think I really lacked that sense of belonging and connection to my community and the people around me. And so I want to provide that space for youth. So maybe we can't solve all their problems, or we can't prevent all the problems that will happen in the future, but I'm hopeful that we will at least give them the skills that they need to know that it's okay to ask for help. It's okay not to be okay. And hopefully they learn the skills to reach out before things fall too far.
That's incredible. I love it. And, I think that that's a great example of what it looks like to take, the pain and the hurt of your past and to say, this can be redeemed. This can be turned into something beautiful and being able to serve your community in that way. So kudos to you. And, I'm just grateful that there are people like you in our community who are helping our youth to thrive, especially the youth that might fall through the cracks otherwise. So I just want to say that we appreciate that you are doing what it is that you are doing here in our community.
Thank you. It is a labor of love. So I am grateful for the opportunity to be where I'm at doing what I do.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. And we'll have people send in, we'll send people towards your Facebook page and to check out a little bit more about the Loft and all the different services that you guys offer. So thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you. You guys have a great day.
All right. You too. Take care.
Bye.
So what a cool, and it was something that, like I said, I didn't even know that existed a while ago. And I know that it's moved locations since February, but man, just what a neat thing that's something that's available to somebody and that kids can go up and check that out.
And how important, I know you know this, and I brought this up before. I grew up in inner city Akron, really lousy neighborhood, really easy to get in trouble. And there was a guy at our local YMCA, his name was Ed, and there was about 12 of us that he took under his wing and just basically gave us a place to crash. And it was our Y. Our Y wasn't like the Y here.
No, it was like a boxing gym.
It had a boxing ring. It had a weight room and a place to play hoops. But you can't imagine all the stuff we got into. But I mean, there's about 12 of us. He just took under his wing. We always had a place to go. We always had a place to, and I can say that, there's a lot of people I grew up with who didn't end up so well. Even family members who didn't end up so well. So it was important for me to have a place like that.
And I mean, and you provide something like that for youth at our church. Also, it's obviously these are all different slants, and there's some places kids will be comfortable, and there's some places they won't be, right? So not every kid's going to be comfortable coming to church. Although if their friends are there, they're probably going to be there, right? So my guess is that at places like the Loft, there's somebody who went there and they're bringing their friends, and it's their friends, and it's a place where they can just be, where they can just hang out, where they can feel safe, where they can feel wanted, where they can feel welcome. And I know that that's one of the things that we talk about with youth and with kids, and they might not remember all of these lessons. They might not remember the Bible studies you do or any of that, but they're going to remember how they felt. They're going to remember that they belong, that they feel safe, that they feel welcome, that they're not judged for, any different part of their life or whatever. It's just they can go and they can be there. And what a cool thing.
If I had a nickel for every volunteer over the years who said, I don't know enough.
Yeah. Who cares?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
They
They just want you to know their name
Yeah.
and what their favorite snack is.
And you know what? Honestly, adults aren't that different.
Yep.
I think a lot of the adults at our church, and not that our teaching and preaching isn't astounding and amazing, but I think the reality is that for the most part, church people who come to a church, they want to belong somewhere. They want to feel, like this is a place where I can come and I can be there, and nobody's going to say you should not be here.
That's
right?
so funny because this morning I was when I was getting ready for the day, I put on my Spotify and it was Discovery music of the week, and the one song that it played was the theme song from Cheers. And I was like, this is so much like a church.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, it reminded me a lot of The Gathering. Kind of place where everybody knows your name and
Right.
everybody's kind of having a little bit of a rough day, but it's nice to come and shake it off. And
Yeah. I think that's absolutely right. That, you can come, you can be here, you can get something uplifting, and ultimately feel like, hey, these people care about me. But going beyond that, we sneak in some of that, hey, by the way, it's not just us. It's not just, the people here who love you. There's a God that loves you, and that knows your name also and calls you by name. And so kudos to the Loft and to what they're doing. And I love that every week we get a chance to just highlight something cool, something positive, something uplifting. Everything feels so often so just kind of accusatory.
Yeah.
Or, it's like what negative thing and, who's getting fired this week for saying something dumb,
Yeah.
and all that. And, we were joking before, and one of these weeks is going to be my week. I'll say something dumb.
I'm rooting for you.
I know you are, but
Hopefully it'll happen on church chat.
hopefully it happens on church chat. And hey, for both of you who are watching, just don't tell anybody.
Yeah.
But we're going to be talking this Sunday about encouragement, and to me, there's just something even just preparing this sermon this week, I've felt so uplifted, and I've been trying to kind of look for the ways in which I can be encouraging to others. I think it's like, and you're an artist of sorts, so so like I think one of the things you do is you begin kind of looking for inspiration, right? When you know that there's something that you want to create, you're looking for, as you see these things, it makes you. It gives you kind of that artist's eye, like you're focusing on it, you're looking for it. If you're a photographer, I think you're always looking for like that good background to be able to shoot against. If you're a landscape painter, you're always kind of watching for that landscape that you want to paint. And so if we become artists of encouragement, like you're always looking for ways to see the good in others and be able to kind of call it out. And so it's like an artist's eye that I've been trying to develop this week is, if I wanted to be an artist of encouragement, like how am I constantly looking for those ways in which I can say, there's something there's good that I can call out. So that's a part of what this show, I think, has also done for us is every week we're trying to think of, all right, who can we have on as a guest?
Yeah.
Who's somebody who's doing something good and positive? And so it gives us kind of that artist's eye in a way of looking for ways in which we can call out the good that we see. So, but I
Absolutely.
think we should all do that. I encourage you to be encouraging.
Mm-hmm.
How about that?
Speaking of future guests,
You go for it.
guess who next week is?
The forecast calls for some sort of meteorologist,
Chris Vickers.
Chris Vickers.
I feel like there should be lightning in the background.
Can you do that?
With a slight amount of time to prepare for, maybe.
But if you'll notice, he was supposed to be on last week.
It's all right.
But there was some
all right.
miscommunication.
It's okay.
And it was so
And
good
you know
to
what?
have last week off.
It was. We
Anyway.
needed last week to kind of take a breath. There was a lot going on preparing for Holy Week and everything, and so that all worked out perfectly.
Yep.
I think. So I'm sorry that you didn't get a church chat last week, but we're gonna bring.
But
it
you
next
got
week.
Monday, Thursday.
You got Monday, Thursday.
And you got Journey
good-
to the Cross. So, hey.
What do you want?
Yeah. But it just brought to mind that from the Notebook. What do you want from me?
I don't know. I hate that I can quote that, but I can. All right, things coming up. So yes, Chris Vickers is going to be on with us next week on Church Chat. It's going to be awesome. Oh, I know. Oh, I heard rain. That's calm.
Come on, thunder.
I saw the lightning on your picture.
How's that?
That's pretty
Yep.
good. There's the thunder. It brings James literally brings the thunder. Brings the thunder. Okay, things that are coming up. Yes, next week, Chris Vickers. We're gonna have church on Sunday. We're gonna be talking about encouragement. You're gonna want to be there. There's going to be something to do with my Bob Ross toaster, and you're not gonna want to miss it. It's pretty sweet. So if that intrigues you or makes you think I'm staying home, either way, you're gonna want to. This is gonna be good. You're gonna want to be a part of it. I promise. Something else that's coming up that I want to make sure people know about is on Pentecost Sunday, May 23rd. We want to on Pentecost. The first Pentecost, 3,000 people joined the church. Started the early church began, and they were baptized there by the disciples. Such a cool moment. We want to add to that number this coming Pentecost Sunday. So if you have not been baptized, or if you've got a kid, a baby, something like that, that you want baptism for, let us know. We would love to have that be just a celebration Sunday of a bunch of baptisms. Let us know. We'd love to make that happen. And so if you have any questions about that, feel free to reach out. So church this Sunday, 9 a.m. traditional, 11:15 contemporary. Sunday school's back on again.
Yay.
Right? Back on
Yep.
again. Kids and youth and adults. And so, hope that we see you there as we start this new series on taming the tongue.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever have trouble with that, Dave?
Never.
Never. Lies. Lying is a part of this whole thing.
Yes.
But I think it'll be a really good time. Invite a friend. Invite 2 friends. Invite somebody you don't like. We would love to have as many people there as possible. It'd be a lot of fun. So, all right. I think that's all I've got. You have anything else?
Will
Did you go to
Jimmy and the
order?
Bluff Tones be there?
Jimmy and the Bluff Tones?
Probably.
Probably.
All right.
All right. Got some good music.
I'm finding out. I'm always slow to find out.
I've enjoyed it that there's been recently some newer folks up in the band doing their thing. It's been awesome.
I really dug the last song you did last week.
Well, you can thank Dan
for
that.
Easter.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Up From the Grave He Arose.
Yeah.
It was good times. I knew I wanted that hymn, and because it's a hymn from my childhood. You had to sing it on Easter. Plus, I was kind of ending the sermon with some of that stuff, and I said, James, there's no contemporary version of this out there that I know of, but I believe in you.
Mm-hmm.
And
he
by
did.
golly,
He kicked it in 4th gear, baby.
by golly, made it happen. Knew
I
it.
did find a contemporary version to kind of copy off, though.
Hey, that's all right. You
I
didn't
can't
have to
take
tell
all
me
of
that. I could have just believed that you are incredible.
We
in every
believe in
way.
your genius.
Well, I'm glad you do, I guess.
So, all right, I think that's it. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Thank you to Claire for being with us from the Loft, And make sure you check out all the really cool things that they have available. James, are you ready to play us out?
I am.
All right.
If by play you out, you mean hit the play button on this and jam along.
That's what we mean, exactly.
All right, here we go.
Go for it.
Boom.
It's Church Chat with Pastors Dan and Dave. Come hang out with us on our stream. It's Church Chat Wednesday.
Have a great day, everybody.
See ya.